You might try it for 30 days. You're not going to see, your body hasn't even gotten the opportunity to truly adjust to the lifestyle quite yet, based on all the years you've been living a certain different way. And the body is just so complex. But I felt the same way that you felt. Like I went plant-based. Like over time, I started taking things out of my, I guess we can say, diet, can start consuming certain things. And then as soon as I went ahead and got that juicer, and I was like, okay, ta-ta to the salmon and the eggs. That was the last to go. And I've just been feeling good ever since. My periods have been regular. Once I started moving consistently, and then I upped my miles to like 4 miles a day, the facial hair started going down even more. So it's just like, it wasn't as much. I was like, oh my goodness, I can be late to my next appointment. I don't even have to run it up, because the walking and the moving really was helping. I was like really shocked, and I was excited, and I was feeling good. And now I get so excited about posting like plant-based food porn. Like it's just, and then like, and black chefs, like black plant-based chefs, like they just have a special place in my heart. Like I love the creativity. I don't want to get in the kitchen all the time to try the different stuff. I just want to eat it. But at the end of the day, like it's so inspirational and it's encouraging, and it makes me not even want to look back, because not only am I feeling good, I'm eating good food that's good for me. And of course, that's where the empowered plate comes from, because I'm that high energy foodie. Like I love good food. So when I have something that's really good, I'm having my coworkers try it. My students might come up and try it. And that takes me back to something else you said earlier, when you were like, find the little joy in what you do have. So I haven't had my own children myself. I haven't birthed any children, but I'm a teacher. And every year I get to have kids for about 10 months. And then, for 2 months, I'm free. I'm child free. And I love it, because it gives me that opportunity to still have kids in my life on a regular basis. But you also talked about my dog, Spencer. So Spencer's my emotional support animal. Like, who's walking with me? Spencer. We're going to knock these miles out together. Like, it feels so much better having someone with you and someone you can love and care on. So even
and he's your motivation too, because when the days you don't want to go out, he's like, look, we going.
That part, like his heart matters too. Like we got to move. Like we both got to have this good health status. So I completely get it. And I love that you hit on seeing your blood pressure drop. And how long did it take for you to actually start seeing some changes in your body to respond to your lifestyle shift?
I think about 30 days. So I started in July. I ran a 5K, which I'd even practiced for, but I was just so excited. I used to run half marathons. And then, I would say about 30 days, because in August, I would say mid-August, that's when I saw the change. And I was like, man, that was it. But I will add this, many people say they try it and that then they get off of it, and I couldn't do it. And I've tried to be vegetarian before, and man, oh man, I really wanted meat. Okay. I don't know what was going on, but I just wanted meat. But that's where my body was at that time. And there's nothing wrong with those who eat meat, or whatever you eat. You can eat cookies, whatever you do, you. But the point I'm trying to make is you have to really want to do it. And you do have to listen to your body. So just listen to your body and how it responds. You have to be aware of what's going on. Even those who say, oh, I have PCOS, and then they're like, but I don't have any symptoms. You have symptoms, but take the time to listen to your body. Take the time to write down, I noticed this when I ate that, or I noticed this is happening. And it all of a sudden it started happening, So I think that's important, to just be aware of your body at the time that you want to make these changes.
I completely agree. Like nothing is wrong if you choose to eat meat, because meat might actually be serving your body in some way, shape, form, or fashion. It's my healing, my journey, and we're just here to share what we're doing, what we've experienced, what worked for us. So you can kind of pick what you want to try within your own lifestyle that we're sharing with you, and figure out what works best for you. That's why we're sharing. So there's no one size fits all approach at all, because like I said, there's some people who went plant-based and then they felt like their body needed to go back and get something else in there. And that's the whole point of you being empowered to make your own decision. Like it's just about you doing what's best for you. Did you see any issues though in regards to polycystic ovary syndrome with dairy? Did you see any changes and consuming dairy?
Not yet. I haven't seen any changes, but I do know like with the tea and with the plant-based and then working out regularly, like now I went through from so July, I went through a period I want to run, I want to do yoga, I want to eat plant-based foods, right? So that's what I did. From that point on, um I just then it shifted. Now I want to do strength training, right? So I want to do training. I want to do plant-based food. I want to drink more tea. So I've seen regular periods through that. I've seen less hair through that. I've seen still a maintaining blood pressure medication because, like for me, I was taking just a small dose of it, but when I would take it, I'm like, I'm so dehydrated. I feel it in me, and it's just like I just wanted it out. I just wanted those drugs out. And with the infertility drugs, right? Though it's doing something positive, I'm a science project, really. Well, that's how I felt, right? Because I'm creating an environment that's not naturally happening. So I just found a great flow, a great flow. As far as the fertility goes, I haven't seen that change yet, but I do believe there is some space and there is the right time for it to happen. I do believe it's the right time.
I get that. I get it all the way. And so what you talk about is like where you are right now with working out. I was doing, like we said, being educated and doing research. I was researching yesterday and I saw that there's like for every phase
Hmm.
of your menstrual cycle,
Oh
there's
yeah,
certain
yeah,
exercises you should be doing
yeah.
to best help your body respond and appreciate and honor the movement. And so,
Hmm.
like when you were saying, I'm like, okay, I can see that because for me, and it might be the endometriosis, low impact works for me, and it works for
Hmm.
me like consistently. But when I would go into the gym and I would try like lifting weights or doing leg press or doing certain things, it would trigger the pain in my left side where my adenomyosis was cited. So it's just like you really have to figure out what works best for you, because I've seen some people when it comes to PCOS or polycystic ovary syndrome with those set of hormones or that extra testosterone, it's the
Hmm.
lifting weights that their body really, really does respond to, versus someone who might have other diagnoses. It might
Hmm.
be best to keep it low impact, not high intensity, and not stress too much of the muscle. So again, that's another aspect of figuring out what works best for your body and how your body responds. Because like you said,
Hmm.
PCOS, we can have weight gain like it's nothing and have no idea where it's coming from. It wasn't a difference in what you're eating. And then we can have some unexplained weight loss. And like, okay, so how did that happen at
That's
times
what
too? So it
happened.
just depends. So it just kind of depends. But at the end of the day, it's those cravings that really get us sometimes, whether it's the sugar cravings or even just the carb cravings for the bread. So it's just really like having a plan in place to
Hmm.
know what you're going to be eating. So
Hmm.
that way you're still honoring your body and giving it that love it deserves by choosing the right foods that's going to make you still feel good after you consume it. So I
You said
think that's the
two
key
things
piece.
I want to point out. You said the low impact, and I can really relate to that because I only know how to lose weight with high impact. And when I lost the most weight in my life, it was high impact for an hour with the trainer, Lifetime Fitness in New Jersey. And when I was doing that, I'm like, I am exhausted. Like, I need to go home. I need to sleep. I can't even work. But I lost this weight. So I'm like, okay, that's what I have to do. But then I went to a coach and she shared with us how to set boundaries. And
Mhm.
I had made a comment to her because it was in that time of November, and she said, "Look, this doesn't have to be forever." Now I'm thinking in my mind, I will always have PCOS because they said it was no cure. I will always have to eat plant-based, right? I will always have to do these things.